y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know our friends through their favorite song, favorite R&B song. At that, I am naturally Elise, and that's my bro,
JR.
and we are the R&B representatives. And today we are welcoming Larry. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Happy Saturday.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
today. So glad you're here. How about you tell us a little bit about yourself, as much or as little as you would like people to
Uh, so I'm queer as hell. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from the Midwest originally. I lived in New York the last 7 years before moving to LA, and I've been here a little over a year. So, you know, both coasts. Um, I don't really think East or West are the best. I think equally they have their things. And I think growing up on so much music and growing up with like different cultural things, like I've adapted really well. Like I love New York. New York is it. Like, the city that birthed hip hop, and then you come to LA and Hollywood. So it's a little bit of both worlds. I adore music. Like it is a huge part of me. Like a lot of my friends I've met through it. Like it's kind of like that thing that brings us together, and it's always been like a thing that links me with all people. I'm one of those people that create playlists for people, share it for people. That's like kind of like the center of me. I can even get into a couple tattoos that I've gotten because of music, but that's a little bit of who I am.
yes. Well, how about you tell us uh, what song you picked to talk about today, and when do you remember first hearing
So I chose Janet Love Will Never Do. Um, I honestly don't remember the first time I heard it. I want to say radio. I feel like at that time, radio was still really a huge part of like how we listen to music, how we discover music.
Yeah.
And I remember the single coming out, but I think the video stands out more for me because that was that like Rhythm Nation was kind of wrapping up. She was touring, and I feel like this was kind of like the last song of the album. But it's weird how it fits sonically, and then you see it visually, and it departs like what that album meant and that era meant for her. Like very like political and dark and talking about like all the issues at the time. And then Love Will Never Do was like love is also important too. So for me, like seeing that video and the midriff, that was kind of like that era before the next album was coming and Janet was getting into movies. You just see this carefree Janet, like not all wrapped up in black. She got a little beehive going on. She's out in the desert. She's just having fun. And for me, like lyrics, yes, of course. The melody, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, they do no wrong. It's the horns on that song for me.
Oh
It's
God,
the
Jesus.
horns in the bridge and how like she sings along with it, and then the horns turn into the vocal. It's just like who I really wanted to be a fly on the wall for the creation of that song, but I feel like all the elements that are included make everything what I love about music: jazz, a little bop, a little swing, a little shoulder, R&B, her feeling herself. The song feels good when you hear it. Um, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
so because every time we talk about first hearing it, JR got to say his how he heard it before I could say it.
Oh, you go right ahead, dear. Go ahead. Go ahead, dear.
Sometimes you won't even let me tell by it.
No,
So
that's fine. That's fine. I'm getting mine on this, but go ahead.
I remember first hearing it, listening to the whole Rhythm Nation, and that song always stood out for me. This is before the video came out, whatever, because it was Janet singing in a different way than you had heard her.
Mm,
She was
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
in her low register, like what? And it sounded good. It sounded good, and it sounded so interesting. It was just so different. Like you said, this song is so different from well, like visually is different from the album, but sonically in the sense of her vocals is different than anything on Rhythm Nation or anything from Control, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. So that's what always stood out for me. And then it's just such a beautiful melody. And then once the video did come out, I remember like, oh my, like you said, it's like soft and not in the black and then it's like so cinematic and it's art. Because Jay, I'll tell you, I do not like music videos as a medium. I know their purpose, but I just think it sucks. And so even well done ones. So well done, relative. So but I remember seeing that. I was like, this is really special. And everything you got off Rhythm Nation was so theatric, so cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, it tied in with all her other videos, but it was this different, soft, you know, thing, which you needed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about you, JR?
Okay, first of all, I've been just as y'all can see, I've been gritting this whole thing because finally somebody picked the Janet song, so I'm hyped as hell to talk about this. But I think when I first heard "Love Will Never Do," obviously was the album, but it kind of caught my attention after the knowledge because that's actually that's number 2 on my Janet's favorite list. And you know, as a kid, when you're hearing this, it's you want something to catch you. And the knowledge caught me because of the words and all that. But when it got to Love Never Do, it was just something that was fun that I wanted to sing along with her because it was that type of song. And Jimmy Jam, who's our friend, always says that Whitney was the artist that you wanted to hear. Janet was the artist you wanted to sing along with. You wanted to sing along. You wanted to sing with her. You know what I'm saying? And she had those type of songs. So when it got to Love Will Never Do, and it just was a good feeling. Like for me, when I want to feel good and whatever, though, this is actually the first song that I go to on my list of feel good joints because it's this and then Because of Love. But after that, it's just like this song is just so great. And what's crazy is we got all of those first 4 songs that were very strong, and then we get to Miss You Much, and then even that's hard. That's a hard song. Like it's still hard. And then we get to Love Will Never Do, like Elise said, like you said, Larry. It's soft. It was that, and then the video helped it because I always say Janet to me always gives us what we're gonna get in the next era. I always say that. Like her last video, she do that because she did that with Love Would Never Do, which we get to the Janet era and it's kind of that flavor. Then when I always think about Runaway and she got the piercings and all this, we got the Velvet Rope era. So I always think that Janet gives us that feeling. But this video, I even as a kid, I'm looking at it. Why is she so bad? Like she bad. Like you know what I mean? Even though then she was like, you know, Janet didn't ooze sex appeal, but she still had something in it. It was something sexy about her. But then in this video, it's like her smiling, her just doing crazy stuff because Tina Landis telling her what to do, like turn, do this, do that. And she looked bad. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, as a kid, I'm like, I always wanted to watch the video. Like I always wanted to watch this video, even though, you know, the other videos I want to learn the choreography and at least know that very well. So when it came to this, I just wanted to sit there and look at it. And my mom would actually say, and I'm bringing up my mom again, she would say after the video will go off, I would get mad because I wanted to watch it again. So she had to give me the VHS to actually watch it because I just wanted to see her. Like she looked so bad in that video. And then just like you said, Larry, sonically it fits. It fits with this. It doesn't speak of nothing the album is supposed to be about. Technically, this could have been on side B, to be honest, if you wanted it to, but she kept it on side A. And then the song after is Living in a World. And it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of like, damn, okay, we happy. And then you go to Living in the World. I think that's my only gripe with this album. It's like, we're up, we miss you much, we're there. I'm like, how you gonna go to that? You know what I mean? But Jimmy and Terry obviously knew what the hell they were doing. Look, who am I? But it just fit. But then, like you said, Herb Albert on them horns, man, is amazing, man. Like the way he just comes in, like I'm like, oh, and I'm a horn lover. I said it before you, at least. But yeah, this song is just a happy song. And to think, like y'all said, the lower register, they were thinking about bringing somebody like a Ralph or Johnny to do it, or Prince. And Jimmy was like, yo, like this joint sound dope as it is. And to me, that just shows the relationship that Janet, Jimmy, and Terry had, because they were like, Janet would do anything. At first, she was just like, okay, I'll do it. I don't know if it sound right. And Jimmy would be like, just do it. It'll sound right in the end. You know what I mean? And Janet just kind of let them kind of do whatever. She like, I'm gonna follow behind y'all. Obviously, it worked with Control, so I'm gonna follow behind y'all with this. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is just a great feeling song. One of the first songs recorded for the album, which is, you know, kind of got her back into the swing of things. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like she hadn't sung in a while and all this, and then the backgrounds they did first. So it's just, this is just a good feeling song. And then the video just sets it all. That's why I think being a 7th single in this joint with the #1, like the video did that. You know what I mean? The video did it, because I don't know if she would have been wearing like something hard body like Rhythm Nation if it would have came off like it was supposed to. You know what I mean? It was like the label would have been like, oh, well, wear what you wore for Come Back to Me. But it wouldn't have worked. Like you needed something like this. And she was gonna wear a dress, but thank you, you didn't, Janet. You look perfectly fine.
JR, did you miss anything?
You son of a gun. Yes, I did. Jerk. Jerk. But the single, you got the single in the background, which is dope as hell. And y'all know all of those mixes that's on there. And my favorite has to be the UK funky mix with the acapella in the beginning. And I'm like, that just shows that Janet was the stacking queen before Brandy. Just to say, people try to act like it's her, but that's her. And I just love that, man. I just love that. Let me stop, because I'll be here all day. I told y'all when it comes to her, I can go all day. So I'm done. But I love the record, feel good record, all that good stuff. So yeah. Did I do too much?
You did a lot. You did a lot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You were more excited than me. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I appreciate it.
I'm telling you, when you picked this song, I called Elise. It was like, somebody finally picked a Janet record. Like, this is going to be nuts. And she was like, oh, well, I know you're going to run your mouth a lot. I'm sorry, but yeah, you know, it's just, and I want this to be a song that people don't cover. I'm sorry.
Yes.
This is one of the songs that I don't want people to cover. Like,
I feel like somebody did though, but not like, you know, like on Wax. I think it was just like,
like I think the only person that I'm thinking about that did it was Macy Gray at the when they gave Janet the MTV Icon.
Oh, the Icon.
Yeah,
oh, she did do this. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the only. And Macy did it her way, but I mean, to each his own. But you know, Janet is nice, so she was just like, okay, I'm agree with you a little bit, even though I'm probably not feeling it. But okay.
No disrespect to Macy, it just wasn't like one of the most memorable performances on that, because I forgot about that.
Yeah,
like for me, it was Maya, it was Pink, it was Destiny's Child. Like Destiny's Child was probably one of my favorites besides those two, because as soon as they did that performance, I was like, I need to be able to repeat this. Mm-hmm. I need to be able to play this on my iPad. So like Napster was big at the time, so I definitely had that song ripped. And I still have the MP3 version of that. Cause like, can we talk about how Calendria went off on that song?
Did she?
She was like, I'm showing up for Mother. You know, she's a huge Janet fan. She was like, I'm showing out on this song. Like, I'm a B fan, but Kelly showed up on that song.
Yes, she did.
Hitting all these runs, and like, she was like, this is my moment. I get to perform in front of Janet. I'm excited. You can hear it all through that her vocals and through the audio on that song. So it's one of my favorite covers that they've ever done.
Yeah.
And it's for me, I was always a Janet fan. And like, side note, Velvet Rope was the first album that I was able to buy. I didn't get Rhythm Nation until I was an adult. So I had never heard the album through. So the way that y'all talk about the album, I didn't get to experience that. I experienced Rhythm Nation with the singles and the videos growing up. I wasn't able to buy an album. And technically my mom bought Velvet Rope for me after I talked her into it. But I didn't get to experience Rhythm Nation in that way until I got older, when I was able to go out and buy the album as an adult. And I was like, listening to it, and like you said, like living in a world, it's still like that was my ringtone for like 3 years, because it meant everything. And I think, like you said, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they always have mentally, they know what they're doing. And with Janet, when they talk about it, I'm sure they talk about these albums like, what do you want this to sound like? What is your message? And Love Will Never Do fitting in that album was intentional. When you think about like Rhythm Nation and how she was talking about what's happening in the world today, but when we think of like our daily lives, it's always hard stuff, there's soft stuff in between, and then you get to that moment where you're like kind of like a woosah, and that's what Love Will Never Do is. And then you get to living in the world. Shit happens in the world after you've gotten to this moment where you like, we're in a good place. Shit happens. And I think it was a good reminder, is like kind of check us and like don't get too comfortable. Love Will Never Do is great, but like there's still a lot of ish happening in the world that you need to be paying attention to. Like stay focused. Enjoy your moments, enjoy the roses, but stay focused.
Damn, you said that shit. Cause I always, honestly, I used to be kind of mad, honestly, because I would go right from, even though my mom loved the album all the way through, so she would play the whole thing. But with me, when I got older, I would go right from Love Will Never Do to It's All Right. You know what I'm saying? All right, because I'm like, I'm up there. Like, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you go to this, and I'm just like, ugh. But like you said, now it makes perfect sense what Jimmy and Terry was doing. Like, y'all, we're good here. Yeah, everything's peachy, but don't get too comfortable, because now you're living in this world that ain't that great. You know what I'm saying? You all in love and in bliss and this, but when you walk out of your door, this world ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, Larry, what the? Now I done been thinking about this shit for years and never thought about that. Never.
Hey, but whenever there's a problem, we always work it out somehow.
Damn it, man. Oh my God. Damn. Wait till I tell my mom this shit. Why? Because I used to like argue, because she would be like, what's wrong with it? And I'm just like, Mom, no, like, why is it here? But sonically it works, but now it makes kind of sense. And like you said, you you begged your mom to get you Velvet Rope. I did too. And with Rhythm Nation, she liked it, and my dad liked it, because I always say my dad was a hip hop head, so he needed something hard. And this is a hard album. You know what I'm saying? The first 6 joints, they getting at you. Like, boom. So it was like this album, Guy, Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever, Guy, Bobby's Don't Be Cruel, and this was the albums that played around my house all the time and played all the way through. And when you got a hip hop dude like my dad actually singing Love Would Never Do, it's so funny, because I'm like, he wants to hear Tribe. He wants to hear, you know what I'm saying, Big Daddy Kane, and he's singing Love Would Never Do. And I'm like, looking at him like, yo, we getting you. You about to come an R&B head. Like, we're pulling you in. And he finally did. And it's crazy that he would put this in, and watch me, my mom, and him sing along to this song was always a great memory for me. You know, RIP to him, but it was always a memory to sing Love Will Never Do with him. So this song brings back some memories.
You know my favorite little thing about this song?
What?
Because I always gotta find something silly. Like you do, baby. But I just wait for that part. I just love it. It's so cute, which fits with the song.
It's
It's like it's just a little sweetness to it. As more sweet.
Mm-hmm.
it's a cute
Mm-hmm.
record. It's really, really cute. And you can tell the space that she was in with her and Renee. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
on this record, like the space that she's in. He's singing background on it. Cause to me, when I'm hearing the backgrounds, I'm hearing him and her. I know Jimmy and Terry is doing background too, but I'm hearing Renee. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you can tell the space she's in. This was the last single of the album that came out in what, 91, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't they just go and get married? They went and got married right after. So it was like, this is the space she was in. She was in love and all this kind of stuff. And it just, it worked. Like it was, this whole album was a lightning in a jar. Everything just worked. And it's to think that all the singles off the album, right? And I was thinking about this today. As much as people think about Rhythm Nation, as hard as they go and they think about this being a social conscious album, the bigger singles were the ones that was about love. If you think about it, like Rhythm Nation, don't get me wrong, it peaked at number 2, but you got Miss You Much, that was a number 1 record. You had Love Will Never Do, that was the number 1 record. You had Escapade, that was fun. It was a fun song. And then it's just like, and then, I mean, Black Cat was kind of hard. That was a hard because it was a rock record and what she's talking about. But the ones that, because I don't see a lot of people going to Black Cat. I think a lot of people go, when you think of Rhythm Nation, I see a lot of people like online and all that go to Love Will Never Do, to me.
That's how it is. That's why the conscious songs won't made singles, because they know what audience responds to.
That's true. That's true.
You know,
I think they
no matter
realized
how
it.
great the knowledge is, it was not going to be a big single.
No, nah.
As much as we love that song, and it's a wonderful song with such a big message in it, but I don't do nothing on nobody's chart, not even for her.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's true. I think they probably realized after they put out Rhythm Nation, the song, you know what I mean? And it did what it did. They probably was like, okay, all right, people got it. They get it. All right, let's go on to Escapade because now people want to have some fun. So let's do that.
And if and I don't know how people would have accepted Rhythm Nation if it wasn't for the outstanding visual. I don't know if people would have known how to take it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
The video and the groundbreakingness of what they did choreography wise and style wise opened the door for people to be able to digest that song.
That's true. That's true. Damn.
And them doing that, I think they knew that they had to really sell that visual.
Yeah. Yeah.
To distract people long enough to listen to the song, be like, oh no, this song is dope. Oh, this song has message.
Right. And definitely the groundbreaking choreography and all that, like everything centered around it. That's why they had to push so much behind it. Because Miss You Much, you see with that, it was just a cool video, they dancing, cool. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Escapade. Cool video, whatever. Love Will Never Do. Janet's running around in a damn thing. Was that a forest? No, it wasn't forest. No. Where was she at?
Desert.
Desert. I couldn't think of it. I'm sorry. I said forest. Desert. She was running around in the
Those are opposites.
But Janet loves her desert. I realized that. She loves her desert. She loves the sand. Because I know she's a huge fan of the beach, but they shot a lot of videos in the desert.
Yes, she did. And that was what, the first one she did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the next one was with MC Light.
You Want This, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then did she do it again? Did she do it for Velvet Rope? Yeah, I mean, you can say we're together again. Can you?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah,
kinda. A little bit.
More rainforest and shit.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
I feel like it was like different. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
different
I feel like it was
than all around the world and stuff.
But Love Will Never Do. Groundbreaking, period. That's why she got all the awards at the VMAs for it. You know what I'm saying? And I wish she could have like did it live at the VMAs or something, but I guess this was the time she's promoting Black Cat. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that was that. But I love this song. I'm so glad you chose this, Larry. You just don't know. Elise probably been sick of me talking about.
To be fair, JR, to be fair, I'm generally sick of you about anything on a daily basis.
You know what? I have no more to say. Y'all go ahead with the rest of the show.
That's all I had to do. I was just kidding. Damn, late.
Can't stand you, but that's cute. That's cute. Oh, I'm gonna get you on the next one. That's fine.
I know
you got me on this one. You got me. You got me.
I know you are. I know you are. I still love you though. Because love will never do without.
Oh, nice little comeback. Watch it.
Oh, but yes, Larry. If you would like to be found, where can people find you? And if there's anything else you would like to
add. So I am Geek letter N Stereo on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You know, I'm posting anything on there. Also, like we vitalized the Tumblr since that's about to, be big again. That's Geek and Lovely. So you can find me on there. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything to promote. I'm not an artist or, an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us, Matt.
Of course.
And got to come back, pick another song.
Yeah.
It can be Janet if you want to again.
I already know the next song.
Okay.
I already know the
okay.
Everybody think about you.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But no, all jokes aside, please like, share, subscribe, share this with your folks. We feel like all our viewers and supporters are family. We would love some more business.
Yeah.
And so, share it with somebody. That's it. You gotta go crazy with it. Be like, hey, check these foods out. And but yeah, we really appreciate it, and we will catch y'all on the next step.
Peace. Wait a minute. Wait. Did I go off a lot, yo? Did I really just talk?
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know our friends through their favorite R&B songs. I am Naturally Elise, and that is my bro,
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are welcoming back an OG Catch That mini guest.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's from the beginning shows, and someone that we are super cool with. He's our brother, and that is Kill. Hey.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all know me. I want to be on here every week, man. I'll be getting mad when I like, I want to be like the third R&B rep on the low. Like, I'm like on my Johnny Gill shit. Like,
did you say Johnny Gill?
Yeah, I'm on my Johnny Gill. I'm just, I want to be like the third joint. You know what I mean? I'll be the third pip. I'll just be in the background and shit. Man. I do it, man. I ain't got no beef with being the third pip, man.
Oh God, geez.
Sometimes that's the best spot, honestly.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like, Gladys, you do all the work. I know these 5 little 2 steps, and we just gonna get this money. Yeah, there you go. Let's get this money. I can remember that. The Pips wasn't doing nothing elaborate. Them niggas was writing under like 50 Cent, doing that same old 2 step. So,
oh God,
they was doing what everybody else was doing those.
There you go.
Steps. But yes. So, how about you tell real quick? Even though it's hard to be real quick for you because you do a lot, but let the folks know real quick what you do, what you're about, and just
Yo, quick elevator speech, Apartment 5B host, producer, writer, youth advocate, couple of things here and there, but those are like the main things. Apartment 5B podcast production and just the work that I do with the youth in Southeast DC. I've been doing for the past 22 years. So yeah. Now I hang out with cool ass people like, yo, I could curse, right?
You sound like that.
Just checking, yo. It's like, yo, this y'all crib. Like, I don't just come in the crib and say, fuck y'all couch. I gotta ask to take your shoes off before I come in the crib. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just asking.
But just like black folk, you've been here before. Go get your own Kool-Aid.
You right. Okay, cool. I'm good. I love it. I love it. Just point me in the direction I'm there.
Yes, I love it. But how about you tell the folks what song you picked to talk about today?
Yo,
and when do you remember first hearing it? Okay.
Yo, the song I picked today is Prince's Adore, which I believe in my heart of hearts is one of the greatest slow jams ever. And I'm not talking about just like no hip hop. We just getting on 49 years of that. I mean R&B. JR, when R&B and soul started, what, like in the 50s, 40s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going back 100 years. Like whatever. Like I believe Adore is one of the dopest slow jams ever. Like ever. So and off my favorite Prince album, which was right behind you, Elise, was Sign of the Times, my favorite double album. So yeah, I mean, it's just to me one of the dopest songs ever. And the first time I remember hearing it, it's probably '87. You know, in the radio. You know, it's just when I don't even think Adore was like a single or anything like that. I think, you know, Black Radio and DJ just played it, and just like with Black Radio, it just picked up on it and it just like took off. So definitely like '87. But yeah, just one of the greatest joints ever. I mean, you see it bring a smile to my face. I've been dealing with all day in Southeast DC, and last thing I feel like doing is smiling. But you talk about Adore, it's just it brings a smile to your face.
And you know what? And what you said, it's a testament to the power that the Quiet Storm quietly had.
Yeah,
right. You know, like to where they were breaking records.
Right.
You
when
know,
that mattered. When that mattered for DJs to break records and not just have a program director tell you play this or play that. You know, when you just heard something, you was like, nah, I'm gonna play this. You know,
they be like, nah, we don't. We off the single. We want this. Right. We want this last track.
Right.
Last joint. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh my God. Well, this is actually the first Prince song I remember hearing.
Okay.
As a kid. You know what I mean? So it was like, this was actually a song, and I know my mom will see this and she gonna laugh, but she know I'm right. She was like, when I heard this song, it was actually one of the first songs I didn't talk. I just listened. Now y'all know that's hard for me. You know what I'm saying? You know that's hard for me. So it was like, she was like, anytime this song would come on, you would be quiet. And I'm like, but of course, we know what it got in it too. Right. The horns. So of course, that caught me. And they used to always play this on Kiss. Like you said, Elise, the Quiet Storm, that's when this broke. Because like you said, Kill, this wasn't a single. So we was like, forget that. We gonna play this joint, and everybody loved it. And I think eventually he had to bring out like a 7-inch or 12-inch of it anyway, because people ended up loving it. You know what I'm saying? And made it to like a 4-minute and like 35-minute, 4-minute and 35-second version that he did. But listen, I'm sorry, that version sucks. Because I'm sorry. I need that whole long version. I'm sorry. I cannot do this. You know what I'm saying? Like that 4-minute joint, I'll be like, nah, yo. Nah, this is some disrespectful shit. You're not gonna do this to my Prince record, like at all. At all.
Oh, that make you quiet? That's all I needed to do all this time?
Okay. I knew I
keep the door on your phone. Just he started talking, just boom. There you go.
The joke. I mean, you set it up like the jokes right themselves.
I know.
You really did throw it an alley-oop. You threw it a lob.
And you said something before that I didn't take and run with. I let it go. So I had
You did.
Because my face was like,
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I'm gonna be honest. But it's the truth. But you know what? And then now getting into Prince's catalog, the older I got, I used to always say, oh, this is like his Purple Rain Part 2 to me. I always said that until I got into that damn catalog. But I always realized with Prince, starting with 1999, he would do like a funk type of record, and then he would close it with like a ballad. And he will always, and he did that before Purple Rain. Because I mean, with 1999, he did that with what is it? All the what is it? All the critics love you in New York, and then he ended it with International Lover. Then he did Baby I'm a Star, Purple Rain. You know what I mean? And then he went to Parade. What was it? Another Lover, Hole in Your Head. And then he ended it with Sometimes It Rains in April. So it was like, again, like how Love How Kill be getting motherfuckers too. Like if you a Prince fan, he will, the first record he'll throw at you is the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. And he did a lot of motherfuckers with it. That's what I don't understand. I'll be like, and they go mute. I'll be like, how the fuck y'all don't know this record?
No, it's not their fault, B. You know, Prince is such a huge artist that you don't have to know the album cuts to say you're a fan. You know what I mean? So he's just one of those artists that is just so big that people in their hearts may really think that they're a fan. You know what I mean? And, then you start, asking them questions about, album cuts. And it's like, oh, damn, I don't know that joint. I don't know that one. You know what I mean? So
I wish somebody would come and you throw a door at them and they say they don't know it. I'll be like, get the fuck out of here.
But it's so interesting to be that prolific an artist that someone like legitimately could say that they're a big fan and not know album cuts because he got that many big singles.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Just the fact that you can make whole greatest hits of B-sides of just like
that's true.
Yeah. That's mean, when Prince passed, I did a 3 mixtape series.
You did
fast songs, slow songs, and then just B-sides and remixes and extended joints. You know what I mean? So yeah. And it's crazy because, like you said, the first time I heard it's like I told JR, it's almost like setting the mood going back in time. 87, we got hip hop now, we got Houdini. But then we getting like Boogie Down Productions. We getting Stetson Sonic. We getting Eric B. and Rakim. So we're getting more street hip hop. But Prince is still one of the baddest, smoothest motherfuckers walking the planet Earth. This dude with a perm or a jerry curl, wherever he was at this time, like how Dame be like, Jay, that skinny nigga on a boat. Like, yeah, that little, like Prince, that little skinny nigga over there. 5'4" with a perm. Like, yo, yes, that nigga was, with BDP and Eric B. and Rakim and Stetson Sonic and these huge hip hop groups. Prince was still that dude. You know what I mean? And I think that's what some people the younger folk don't really understand. And I get it. You look at Prince and now you like, boy, like, yeah, like for real. Like, Purple Rain was like, that's it. Like, it was like, it's a movie, but nigga, he really bagged Apollonia. Like, this nigga really bagged Van. Like, he was bagging him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't even see Eric. You ain't see LL bag nobody. You ain't see Run bag nobody. You ain't see Mike bag nobody. Prince was bagging him. That's like real talk. Like, yo, this nigga was bagging him in real life, in movies in real life. Like, and we didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? From other artists. We didn't see that, So, I mean, you seen Mike, you just seen old girl from Thriller. That was it. Like, and you think that was Mike's girl. But, I mean, Prince was bagging them left and right. Apollonia, Vanity, Sheila E. Just keep them coming in. That dude had a stable. In 85, 86, my nigga, before, like, yo, this nigga was like a pimp before he was a pimp. Like, yo, he all his old music.
And so, again, wearing 6-inch heels. That's what bugs it out, y'all.
So again, I get it why the younger folk could be like, this dude, that dude.
And you brought up the thing about hip hop too. And I think with this album, because we talked about this whole album with Keith, and he was understanding that what the change, like there was a change in music, like you said. And when you start
Housequake is very hip hopish. Housequake is very
shit. Absolutely. It's gonna be a beautiful night. That is very hip. I always feel like that's Housequake Part 2, to be honest. But Prince knew what was happening. Mike didn't. Prince did. You know what I'm saying? Mike was thinking that, oh, this ain't gonna last. It's gonna be a fad, whatever. Prince was like, nah, son, this shit seem like this is some real, and I gotta get in this some way, somehow. You know what I mean? And that's why I like how you brought that up too, because this album is very hip hop ish. The way he using these beats and all this kind of stuff, and then just to end it with a song like this, it's just like,
Yeah.
Oh God, man. Like, I'm just like, how did he even just come up with words like this, yo? When he was like, if God one day strike me blind, your beauty I still see. What kind of what?
But yo, bro, it's almost like I always say with hip hop. It's about how you set the rhyme off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whether it's Bucktown, I walk around town with a pound strap down, whether it's, J. Rue, it's all about how you set the rhyme off. And when he sets it off with until the end of time, I'll be there for you. So again, 87, I'm 11, I'm 12, and I'm not gonna hold you. I was always that kid who wanted to be in love. Like I was never I want to be smashing 9 and 10 different chicks at the same time. Like I always wanted to be in love. So when you start off a song with until the end of time, I'll be there for you. It's like, bro, like, yo, you killing me with this, man. Like, you got my attention. Why? What I say?
Oh, this is a clip for real because we are getting the sensitive kill right now because we don't get this on Apartment 5B at all.
But again, this is 87, so this is before my first heartbreak. I always tell
okay.
Dudes are real sensitive, and we loving individuals until a shorty break our heart.
You're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, you said like that, and it was just everything. It was like he wasn't just singing, like he was talking his shit too. You know what I mean? So even from a hip hop perspective, when you hear Adore, you really don't think hip hop, but the way he's just talking his shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then the part that, like, because you always got the joint, and I gotta have a cheat sheet, y'all. I'm old.
Come on now.
When he said, you could burn up my clothes, smash up the ride. Well, maybe not the ride. Like that was the coolest.
Yes.
Ever. It's like, yo, you can smash up the ride. You know what? Maybe not the ride, but I got the face all in the place. It's like he was spitting that game. Like, I know people don't see it like that, but this boy was running game. Like, you know what I mean? And I mean,
what that man said, he wanted, like, I want to be more than your mother. I want to be more than your brother. Like that, like you said, like he talking his shit.
But bro, what does that shit sound like? A pimp. That's some pimp shit. Like, yo, baby, I want to be your mother. I want to be your father. Yo, this nigga was pimping. This dude was pimping, and we ain't even know he was pimping. I wonder if our parents knew. I gotta ask my mom. I was like, yo, did you know this nigga was pimping out here? Like, cause he's really kicking pimp game. That sounds like some old skit from I'm gonna get you sucker. Like, I want to be your mother. I want to be your daddy. I want to be your brother. Like, but he
walking with the fish in his shoes.
Bro, man, come on, man. You know what I mean? And like you said, then it's the production, the horns on that.
Oh my God.
The breakdowns. Because again, I'm 87. I'm a kid. I'm not having sex yet. So when he hit you with "What You Afraid of Me," was I your first? Was it your every fantasy? And how like the horns went up with how there you go. At least like it went up with it. It was like, yo, it literally felt like how they say like with Rakim, or like how he played the saxophone and he kind of rhymed similar to like playing the sax. It's like Prince was the music, and like it just. Like it just followed him. It's like the flow. It's almost like when you just playing ball and like the rock is just there. It's like then you're not even thinking about how you dribbling or your handle. It just comes. It just seems like that's what this was for Prince. Like it was just like wherever he goes, the music follow. I mean, again, this is crazy. If I had a chance to like pick 5 songs I'd want to be in the studio to see somebody make, this would definitely be one of them for me to just be like, yo, I just want to see this boy's whole steez. Like, was you writing this at the crib and then you came to the studio? Was you working on music and you started writing? Like, this is one of those I'd want to be on the wall to just see how your brain, how a genius's mind put this together. Cause that's all this shit is, some genius level shit.
Like you even said with him with the like he moving with the music. That's what I like. And when him having like Eric Lee's and what's his name? Matthew. What was his name? Matthew Bliston. I think Matthew was the one playing the sax, and I think Eric
we don't know,
Lee.
JR. You were at the session yourself, so I mean, you
I
can
was
talk
like,
better. Yeah, I mean, you
that train is never late.
I was only 12 years old, nigga. You was already 35, so you was at the session. So yeah,
I
tell
knew
me
it.
how we were together.
I just gave y'all too much material for this episode.
You making this easy, bro.
he knew what they had for lunch in the studio.
Exactly. I don't even know why I'm talking about. I wish I was a fly on the wall, nigga. You was there. So what happened? When did Prince start it?
Not there. I just know who was there. I wasn't there. What I was saying was Eric and Matthew was just playing the sax and the trumpet, and it just like he riding with it. You know what I'm saying? I think it took. Oh God, I'm adding more fuel to the fire. I think it took like 3 days. I think to make this record. I think. I hope I'm right, Keith. If I'm wrong, you know. But yeah, this song is everything to me. Like you said, Kill, like this joint has to be on my slow jam joint. Period. Like it starts it off for me because he come in with that falsetto. He let you know what it's on. Like what? No talking at all. Let the shit play. And I'm sorry if you ain't getting none after this, you whack. Period.
Damn, JR. He don't put it out there. He said, if you can't.
Period. If this song is not done and there's no action being had, you whack, yo. Like Prince is handling everything.
You may need to put an age limit on this. I don't know if these young Johns fuck with this. Like,
you right. You
may have to put an age limit. Like
you right. Okay, you got to
39 or above. You know,
yeah, that part.
30 and over. You know what this nigga talking about. So you know, you may lose his shorty playing this for some 24.
Yeah, right.
It up and leave. Like nigga, what did you?
They'd be like, what the hell?
See, the problem is you still think of people who have sex the song. That's old. That's old people. These young people don't care. They'll fucking be playing some Chris Brown, dancing around the room. So you know, we gotta say that for the 40 and over crowd.
Oh God, y'all. You know what?
They be trying to get cute over so Griselda. Like, no.
You never know.
Like, I'm cool with my boys from Buffalo, however.
Right. There's a time and place for everything. But not for these young boys, not for this young generation. They don't care, man. They go in on whatever.
I swear, y'all are hip-hop.
Play a slow song for one of these young joints, they be like, nigga, you in love? Like, what the you know what I mean? So, like, nigga, we just smash it. We just ain't no love. Oh shit, you catching feelings, my nigga? Like, nah, we ain't there. So we can't go that far with this new generation.
Wow, y'all like this. I swear y'all like
they out there. I work with them, so I know.
You're right.
The GTD list is very different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They don't even know what GTD is.
They may like Elise said, it may be some Griselda on there. Who knows, dude?
I'll be 2 through. What?
Like, sir.
What we supposed to do?
And you know the crazy thing about Adore is I love the way it ends. It's so angelic. Like It sounds like even the ending of it just sounds like just angels singing or something like that.
You know who I was when I heard Higher from D'Angelo. Now I know that joint he's definitely on the spiritual level with it. And I mean, love and that is spiritual too. But them chords, because we know Prince is more like, wasn't he Jehovah's Witness, if I'm not mistaken?
He was. I'm not sure if he was during this time.
During this time? Okay. Well, you can hear them church chords. And when I hear the beginning of this in them church chords and I hear D'Angelo's Higher, I'll be like, you know he was inspired by this dude. Like, it was like no ifs, ands, or buts. You know what I'm saying? Because I always give, Curtis the nod for the Brown Sugar album because of that bass in there and the guitar and all that. But when I heard Higher, I said, oh shit, that's Prince. I was like, that's Adore, even though I love Adore. So I'm trying to hear something familiar, and I'm like, that's it. So yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. Is it true that he says, I know you know that I ain't cheating, baby. You know this is serious. I ain't fucking just for kicks.
Yes, he did say that.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
He cursed in this.
The condition I got it's crucial. I like right after this.
Right.
Yeah.
But I never knew he said I ain't fucking just for kicks. Like I like that was like I remember people talking about it, but that was almost like the guy, A Piece of My Love, like does Aaron say dumb bitch or not? Like, you know what I mean? Like to me, that was that. And I was looking up the lyrics today, and I mean, I know lyrics, it could be wrong. That's why I'm asking the EPMD of the R&B world, y'all, is that right? Yo, we putting that out there, the EPMD of the R&B world. So I didn't know that. So did y'all know at that time, or
when I first I didn't. When I got older and became a teenager, then when I heard it, I said, "Is he saying I ain't fucking just for kicks?"
Okay.
And then he says no, and I'm like, "All right, nah. I've been loving this song for too long, and I never caught it." And then when I heard it, I was like, "Oh shit."
Because I think
really said that shit.
I think he said that recently too, and I was like, "Word!" Like you knew that, Elise?
Damn, well, see, let me tell you what I used to do, and I wish to this day, this is something I wish I'd have kept. I would sit up, I would tape the radio, and then when I went back to listen to tape, I would go through things slowly, and I would write down the lyrics to songs that was R&B, hip hop, you name it.
Had the lyrics on your wall.
Notebooks full of just songs written out.
Wow.
Dope. Yeah, so I mean, even that's like even an extra point. Like that's an extra mic. Like, nigga, like, you know what I mean? Because again, it's just like, that's who's cursing in 87 in a slow jam? Like, I mean, when you think about it like that, we're not even cursing in hip hop like that. We're still at a point where, you know, Kane may say, you know, oh shit, or Rakim may say I'm gonna tear shit up, but we was one and out in hip hop. Right. So the fact that this dude just said I ain't fucking just for kicks in an R&B slow jam in 1987, recorded in 86, nigga, like, yo, this dude Prince, man.
It bugged me out.
And I also do it because after a while, because it's one of those songs that never left the Quiet Storm.
Right.
So they would start to like bleep it out, like, or like, you know, right there. And that's how, because I was like, I think that's what I heard. And then once they was beep, I was like, oh yeah, that's what happened.
Right. See, JR, I tell you, I suck with lyrics. Like I'll be driving, listening to Don't Be Cool, and I'll be like, oh shit, that's what Bob said? Like, nigga, that song is from 1980. You didn't know that's what Bob said? Like, yo, I had no idea, yo. I just and some of the stuff that I think people are saying, y'all would have a field day with.
Hey, big bro, wait a minute. When it comes to lyrics, I thought I was good. Let me tell you something. With her, I'm horrible with lyrics compared to Elisa. I'll say something.
She just said she's the encyclopedia. She said she wrote everything down. So she's literally John from the Bible, who is just writing down the scribes of God. Like she's sitting there. So yeah, you're gonna be horrible next to her. B.
Oh God, yo, you know who corrected me too? Jimmy Jam on my thing, and it was the OJ. He corrected my. He was like, "Yes, for the love of money." It was the second verse, and I put it up because I went to go see them, and I put it up, and Jimmy hit me and said, "No, I don't think that's what they said." And I was like, "Nah, I've been saying this shit for years." Like this, he was like, "No, go look at the lyrics." And I went and
that's
looked.
Beautiful that
like,
you talk. That's beautiful that you talked back to Jimmy Jam. I would have just been like, "Yes, sir." Like I think that's wrong. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It ain't the first time he done correct.
This talk back to Jimmy Jam, like, nah, bro, you wrong. Yeah, I know about control and all the mother.
Yeah, go ahead, Elise. You can tell that story. Nah, you wrong.
You can tell. Well, one time we was wrong about something that he did, and
word.
And he wrote a long comment on our IG, a long one,
bro. Me and Elise said, "Fuck that." We posted that shit and kept that shit up. We like, shit.
That's like when George jumped on the Justice.
If I could be corrected by someone, I would like it to be one of my biggest heroes in all of music.
Word.
I hang that right on the wall. Like, there you go.
Elise had that on our pin profile for the longest. Like she was like, "We ain't moving this shit."
But you know the ill thing about that's a testament to the EPMD, y'all, because you having somebody like Jam reply not only reply but break down. See, for somebody to do that, that means there's a mutual respect there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
Because I'm not replying no book to some randoms. You know what I mean? Like
you blocking nut ass niggas.
I'm blocking nut ass niggas. So I'm for him to do that. I'm with you. I pin that shit right there. Like everybody look at it, correct it up. Okay, because the moral is that means Jam is checking for y'all.
Yeah.
See, people don't see the bigger picture of what that means. That means he's tuning in, and he wants to make sure because y'all are out preaching the word. He wants to make sure that the gospel is correct. So I think that's a positive. That's a positive all day long.
You right, like shit. Could you imagine if Prince like responded to somebody and they got his lyrics wrong?
Bro, I'm flying to Minnesota. If Prince was still alive and he replies to me, I'm just gonna go to Minnesota. Nigga, like knocking on the door, like, nigga, I know you don't know me, kill 889. You just replied, and yeah, I just came on now and said, fuck it, like let's,
like we best friends now, right?
Yeah, like right. You replied to me, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, come on, like I got beats, I got the machine with me. Let's go. Like, let's work on something. But tell me this, y'all. Where do y'all put Adore in Prince's like top 5 slow jams?
One
for
me. Wait a minute. Yeah, I would say Adore. Yeah, because I'm trying to do the favorite and the best thing, and I'm like, it's hard with him, but I would say Adore.
Okay. What about you?
Solid. He's probably my number one for as far as slow jams. Like with JR, that's his number one song. It's not my number one song, but it's definitely number one slow jam. Probably. I could be omitting something, but probably yeah.
I'm trying to think what would be.
The fact that I'm not thinking anything like that tell you that it probably is Adore is my favorite.
See, international lover ain't no whore either. Like,
I mean, there's so many dope joints that he got. You know what I mean? Like,
his man. Shit.
But it is top 5 from JR.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man, that shit. Anytime it come on, I don't even give a damn if I'm in the car and they come on the radio. I want to hear it. It don't matter, yo. That's a Prince record. I will stop everything for. Like, I love that record. Like, so when he passed, everybody was posting Purple Rain. That's all people see Mike was posted on the timeline. I like that. I'm posting Adore. Like, that's my shit. Like, nah. Y'all go ahead.
But you know what? That's almost like the go-to if you really don't know an artist. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't really know Big, you just go to Hypnotize. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
So, you just go to what you know. But again, Adore, man. And again, how do you like? That's the last song on the joint, like, you know what I mean? But I think it goes back to like when you talked about you talking about Higher, which is off Brown Sugar. When Question Voodoo, he was talking about how you want to have that song that if this is the last song that you hear, you want the people listening to be like, it's over. Like, nah, like this can't be the end of the album. And Adore is just that it's over. Like, nah, this can't, there's so many albums I listen to, and I'm like, yo, when is this shit gonna be over? Like, the last song yet? Like, we got more? Like, how many more songs we got, y'all? Like, Adore, you like, wait a second, this can't be the end of the ride. Like, it can't be over. You know what I mean? So again, and the dopest thing about it is a dope song, I think, to make love to, but it's really about being in love. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that was what's also so important about these songs from the, mid 80s to the, beginning of the 90s is just like even the bad boys, because Prince was like, a wild nigga. You know what I mean? I'm sure I hear all the stories of people whose parents wouldn't let them listen to Prince. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hear those stories about Michael. I don't hear anybody's family like, oh, we couldn't listen to Michael Jackson in our house. I've heard tons of stories of we couldn't listen to Prince in our house.
Oh, yeah.
Because, of the words, hey, Darling Nikki said masturbating with a magazine. I'd be saying that. I don't even know what masturbating was back then. It's 84. I'm 10. I'm a kid. I don't know nothing. You know what I mean? Mike wasn't doing shit like that. So this is the bad boy of This is almost like Bob before Bobby Brown got here. You know what I mean? Because Prince was saying some wild shit.
You got a
You know what I
point
mean?
there. You got
Like
a
he
point
was
there.
getting banned in people's households. Like, yo, you can't listen to that dude. That's that's devil worship music, or that's whatever. You know what I mean? So for him to be the bad boy but come out with Adore, just talking about how much he loves you, how much he wants to be with you, like that's a beautiful thing, dog. And that's the thing I always say, that's what's missing. Even with the bad boys of Jodeci, we still got Come and Talk to Me. When people talk that old Jodeci don't know nothing about love, I'm like, tell me you don't know nothing about music without telling me you don't know nothing about music. Because even if you just look at their singles, Forever My Lady, dog, you having my baby, and it means so much to me. Like, y'all act like you said you having my baby. What's your name? And then hung up on you. Like, nah, these niggas was fucking telling you, like, yo, you having my kid, and I'm gonna be here for you, and come and talk to me. And, like, my heart belongs to you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you could tell y'all don't really listen. You know what I mean? So,
and this guys afraid to be vulnerable too, like to have lyrics like this. You know what I mean? It's like dudes that the mainstream guys wants to be more like rappers to me. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, you can be vulnerable. Your fans is the girls anyway, so I don't get why you're not talking to them.
Say that again.
Your fans are the girls. Like, I don't get it. So why are you playing hard and you got the girls wanting you to be soft? I don't get it. Like, you gonna get them. What are you doing? Like,
your fans are the girls.
Hello.
I'm your fan. I'm who's gonna buy your shit. So how about you talk to me nice?
And then gonna make the dudes want to buy it for them. Like,
so they can get the what? The girl.
But here, the sad part is, and this, I don't want to take this mini to a whole nother stratosphere. But here's the problem, bro. That this generation isn't about that. You know what I mean? This generation, you have the girls who are like, nah, nigga, you soft. I want a hood nigga. You know what I mean? You got that. So, you got, like you said, Elise, so you could get me, like, I already got you without playing. You know what I mean? So it's such a different time than the 80s, in the mid 90s, where it was like, yo, I have to do something. I have to open your door. I have to almost prove my worth to get you. Whereas now that's not the mindset for so many other young women out here to say, like, you have to romance me. I don't know if these young women even know what romancing even looks like anymore. So
now I think about it, yes, the dudes back, when I was a teenager in college in the 90s. Now they could be some ain't shit niggas, but they still was trying. They still was trying to pull you. Now it might go away after they do it one time, but they at least put an effort to get you. They might not keep you, but at least they try.
A huge part of that too is the music that you're listening to. You know what I mean? We weren't really, I mean, we know NWA was on bitch, but kind of if you didn't listen to NWA, you really didn't hear a lot of bitches. So it was a whole different category of the way we looked at women, the way we treated women, the way we respected women. You know what I mean? So, like you said, even if it fell off after the first or second date, it was there. We knew what we had to do because it's basically what the music was telling us to do. BBD, when will I see your smile again? Like, when will I see your smile again? Like, if they made that song in 2022, it would be like, yo, when will I see your ass again? Like, that would be the name of the song. It wouldn't be like, I don't care about your smile, just when you gonna bring that fat ass over again.
Right.
Like, that would literally be the difference of the song. So, I mean, even no matter who you was, it was kind of drilled into your head of love, whether you were listening to your parents' music with Luther or whether you was listening to Boys II Men and Jodeci and Keith Sweat. Like, it was just love. You know what I mean? And I think like Prince kind of embodied both of those worlds because he was kind of like, like y'all said, this was more of a hip hop album because his ears to the street to understand what's going on. Right. But then, you also had parents who fucked with Prince. You know what I mean? So when you really think about it, Prince is one of those rare artists from the 80s, along with Mike, of course, who the parents and the kids both equally rocked with together. You know what I mean? So, I think that's another amazing feat about Prince with that too. So
Oh my God. Like I just Oh, Kill, have you heard Silk's version to Adore?
I did not know Silk had a version. By the look on your face, it must not be bad because you
No,
seem
no, it's
drunk.
not. It's not. It's not
Okay.
bad at all.
Okay.
I should have knew because like one thing Kill could tell.
You know me. I'm always your tone of face.
Yes,
Why are
my
you looking
tone
at
of
me in that
face.
tone of face? So
It's
you were
good.
smiling, so I had to assume it as well.
Yeah, I like it. If a group was gonna do it, that would be about the only group I would suggest even attempt
Agreed. Agreed.
because of the
Is
kind of
this
music
recent?
that they made, and they have the vocal range to like play around with it. So if a group was gonna
Right.
do it, that would be the group to do it.
Yeah.
And is this
Yeah.
a recent remake or is this old? This
This is in
like old.
'96 when they
Yes.
did it.
Oh, 96. Okay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
shocked I never heard this.
Mm-hmm. They did it. They did it, and it was dope. Cause I'm real iffy about somebody touching a favorite song of my shit, and if it's bad, I'm
Right.
gonna be like, nah, son, nah, y'all could have kept this, but nah, they were the group that did it because I wouldn't have wanted. I wouldn't have wanted no Jodeci. I wouldn't want no Boys the Men. I wouldn't have wanted none of them niggas to do this shit. Silk was the ones that was able to do it, and they bodied it because John
Okay.
killed. You know what I'm saying? Like he
And
killed.
they already make music that is like that. They
Right,
have a
right.
lot of songs that sound like an Adore record. They
Yeah.
do.
Lose Control has a lot of adore to it. Lose Control is a
Yeah.
I could piece of
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
and they have a lot of
And,
songs that have those elements to it. So.
Yeah.
and this is why y'all the EPMD of this R&B game because I don't know nobody's name in Silk. So you like Lil John and them. Like this is the EPMD shit I'm talking about. Because you could have said,
Yo,
"Kill,
well,
get $1
thank
million,
God you
name me one member of Silk," and I would have been like Silk. Like I'm hoping one of these niggas' name is Silk, because I have no idea about John and them. But
well, thank God you didn't get, you ain't say nothing crazy like Terrence Martin did, and at least had to check that nigga. Cause
Had to eat that nigga up. Don't come for
what
Silk.
happened? What
he
happened?
came for, he was like something about them being on stage, and he said Silk only got 2 songs. That's it. So they're gonna be off stage quick. Oh shit. Elise Went was like,
At least
you trying to get into some gangster shit, nigga? Like, for real? Like,
On camera, we'll send you the clip.
oh yeah, we'll send you the clip.
Silk reposted it on
Yeah,
their IG. They posted it.
yeah. They
See, I'm
posted
telling y'all to eat. If y'all don't get some bucket hats right now and fucking come out with a so what you
We
saying
got to now, sis. We
or
have to
crossover
now.
like
Yo, Kill.
yo, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else because people bite the shit that I say. But when we get off camera, I done came up with a whole new fucking
I
promo
know he
tour.
did.
Yeah, nigga, you got to chill.
Yeah, see, yeah. We ain't say. Yeah, I got you. I see you. We ain't saying nothing else. We just gonna leave. We
I'm
gonna
back
leave
the
it
whole
at
show.
that. Leave it at that.
This
We gonna
game
leave it at
cut.
that.
Show over. I'm done with y'all too.
Yeah. But Kill, my brother, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes,
Nah,
of
like I
course.
said, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to be the third R&B rep, like, and I'll just be in the back.
You already is.
I got a
Now
mean
you don't
two
put it
step. I
out
know I
there.
got four. I know I got fibromyalgia, but I got a nice 2 steps to me, so I can still play the background. I do not mind. That's the problem. No, nobody want to be Michelle. I'll be Michelle. I'm fine with that. I'll fall, get back
I'll
up.
be Michelle too. Shit.
I
No, we
will
can.
play
Oh,
the
we can be
background.
tribe. You can be Ali,
Yeah,
the producer.
Yeah, well, shit, I want to do something, nigga. Like, damn, like,
Don't do Ali like that.
Yeah, I'm joking. At least you ain't call me Jerobi, nigga. So I at least be in the video.
That's why I thought he was cold. That's why I
No,
thought he was
I
about
wasn't
to
gonna say
go.
no.
Exactly. I'm like, I at least want to be in the video, nigga. Like, damn,
I'd have
like,
fell out. I'd have fell out the damn chair if he'd have said Jerome.
I at least want to be in the video with y'all niggas, you know.
I wasn't gonna go there. Jesus Christ, I can't with y'all.
He's gonna be our spiritual member. Anyway, but we thank you.
But yeah. Now I thank you all. I thank you all for the invite. I thank you all for seriously on some real shit, just what y'all do for the culture. Because a lot of people aren't really doing it, and a lot of people aren't really in the right position to do what y'all are doing. So I just love the fact that God brought you two together to do what you do and to just keep this culture alive because Like we just got finished saying, this younger generation doesn't know anything about love. And truth be told, if we're being honest, coming up in a lot of Black households, we didn't have mothers and fathers who were around. So a lot of us didn't get a chance to really see what love looked like. So the only place we looked or saw love was either on TV or on the music we heard.
Yeah.
And this generation doesn't have that. When you turn on TV, you see sex. When you turn on the radio, you hear sex, and you don't see any love. And it's a reflection, and not just how we treat each other in our romantic relationships. It's really a testament to how we treat each other just in our normal relationships and all this violence that's going on in our community. So what you guys are doing are really trying to, you know, cement that feeling of love. Because when I see R&B reps, I more so see it as like people preserving love, not just the music, but preserving what the music represents, which is love, which we need more of right now more than ever. So I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Well, you know, I tell you all the time. I appreciate you all the time. So I always tell you, like,
so how about you tell folks? Yeah. How about you tell folks how they can find you and see all the lovely things that you are up to?
Yes.
Just follow me at Kill889 on Twitter, IG, we'll make beats for food.com. You know, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm gonna piss off people. That's just what I do. And I do not do it on purpose. It's literally just how I feel. And the funniest thing is every time I piss somebody off, I feel like I'm gonna lose followers and I get like 200 more. So it just shows me that a lot of people, you know, agree with what I'm saying. They just don't feel like going back and forth with people on the timeline.
And then he makes it a show.
Yeah, and just keep in mind that nothing I ever say is for what these young folks say for cap. Like I'm not doing. If I say it, I'm in JR's, Biggie, Brooklyn.
And he means it. Like, yes. Sometimes I'll be like, are you trolling?
I'm never trolling. If I said it, I meant it. Bite my tongue for no one. Like, that's just what it is. So
he is unbelievable, y'all, for real. Like, for real.
But I appreciate y'all having me on. I can't wait to get my invite to be a pip. So when y'all go on tour, I'm just in the back.
Here you go.
You know what I mean? Just let me know when we doing this EPMD photo shoot up here. So let's go.
Well, yes. We also want to thank all our viewers who rock with us, who watch the Catch That Minis, the regular Catch That's, who watch the live show, listen to the radio, rock the t-shirts. We love y'all. Bring us some more friends, some more cousins.
Yes.
And like, subscribe, share, and we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.